Do you still want something to happen? Are you still trying to make it happen? Or are you willing to let anything happen? Hi everyone, I'm Ronak and welcome to Me and You, where the aim is not to follow one another but walk together into the world of Disney inspiration, where I share my reflections and introspective insights on a Disney inspired quote, and I wish you did the same. Find out what meaning the quote holds for you in your life. For inspirational quotes are like pieces of puzzle. It's up to us to find out where it fits in our puzzle of life, in order to find our bigger picture in life. And so, as I welcome you to this channel, I hope you're ready to put on your introspective glasses as you begin your journey within. For that which comes from within has far more greater impact than any other outside influences that we're surrounded with today. And so as you begin, I truly hope that you take out some time to deeply reflect on the first 3 quotes. I'll put the links to the videos in the description box below. For those who've already begun, I welcome you once again. So let's begin with the 4th step in our 10 steps to manifesting our dream life, the Disney way, with the quote from the movie Mary Poppins. Anything can happen if you let it. As I was introspecting on this quote as to how it applied to me in my life, and I hope you do too as we walk together today, the first question that I asked myself was, do I want anything to happen? Do I want something to happen? Do I want to let it happen, or do I want to make it happen? And as I was reflecting on it, I realized that I fall into the latter category, where I've always tried to make something happen in life, which has always been the reason for me setting my goals, wanting to reach a fixed specific outcome. But then as I was reflecting on it, I wondered, why do I always want to make something happen in life? What is the driving factor behind me setting my goals and wanting to reach that fixed specific outcome? And as I found myself digging deep within as to what it was, I realized that most of my goal setting was done based on my past experiences of accomplishments and failures. Most of it was based on the happiness I thought achieving that fixed outcome would give me. A lot of it was influenced by the influencer world and the conformities of the society that I lived in. A lot of it was based on my own limitations and the comfort zones and the boundaries that I had set up for myself. A lot of it was based on what I thought I was capable of. And it was only as I was reflecting on this that it finally struck me that the driving factor behind all of it was fear. Fear of not being enough, fear of not having enough, fear of not being in control, which would eventually become an obsession to achieve that fixed specific outcome. So much so that I would try hard, work even harder, and burn myself out at times in my attempt to make it happen. Which at times I would, and feel great and successful as a result. But each time I could not achieve it, each time I could not make it happen, I would feel not so great and would fall back to doubt my own capabilities, which would eventually make me question my own hard work and efforts. For I had always thought that hard work and effort is all that is needed in order to be successful in life, in order to achieve your goals and the fixed desired outcomes. That's when I decided to ask myself this question. What was my definition of success in life? And as I was introspecting on it, I realized that for long I had defined success in direct correlation to the amount of money that I was earning. It was only as I was reflecting on it that I finally understood that true success was independent of the amount of money that I was earning. It was independent of whether I had reached my fixed specific outcome. But in fact, it was all about what all I had overcome as a result. True success was all about what all I had learned, achieved, and accomplished as a result, which was not a part of the goal in the first place. true success was all about my growth as a person during the journey and the person that I was becoming in the process. That's when it suddenly struck me. I was so attached to the fixed specific outcome. I was so fixated on what should be that I never knew, nor did I ever try to find out what could be and can be. To cite an example, I took up the sport of bowling almost 5 years ago by chance as a participant in a community bowling league event. With no knowledge of the sport except having played on rare occasions, I jumped right into it. Little did I know that this experience would be by far the best teacher that life would have to offer me, in order to show me and teach me that anything can happen if you let it. And so as I began practicing, fear took over immediately and turned it into an obsession. My attachment to the fixed score, the fixed outcome was so strong that it drove me to try hard, practice even harder, and at times burn myself out in my attempt to make it happen. It was only as I was reflecting on this quote that I finally realized that what I had failed to notice and see during these 5 years was who was I becoming as a person in the process. What all I had learned, achieved and accomplished as a result, which was not a part of the goal in the first place. Developing priceless qualities such as patience, focus, concentration, staying in the present moment, decluttering the mental chatter, team building, self-belief, determination, persistence, perseverance, staying in the flow mode. Valuable lesson of releasing the attachment to the fixed outcome, learning to enjoy the game in itself. And the most valuable lesson of all, winning with humility and losing with dignity. And I'm sure as we each reflect and introspect on all those experiences in life wherein we have not reached our goals, wherein we have not reached our fixed desired outcome, we'll come to realize that what all we've learned, achieved and accomplished as a result is far more greater than what we had initially set out to achieve. But then the next question that came to me was, so does that mean that I should no longer set goals for myself? Does that mean that I should just let anything happen to me and give myself no direction in life? And as I was reflecting on it, I realized that no, I do set my goals. I do give myself a direction in life. But now, the driving factor behind all of it is the powerful force of love. Which meant that now all the goal setting was done based on all that which energizes me, that which brings me alive, that which pulls me to live up to my highest potential, that which ventures me out of my comfort zones and the known familiarities of my life, that which allows me to discover what all I am capable of, for I've yet to find out what I'm capable of. Now it is all about my growth as a person during the journey and the person that I'm becoming in the process. It was all about releasing the attachment towards that fixed specific outcome. For anything can happen, and I finally choose to let it happen. I finally choose to allow it to happen. But then the only question that came to me was, how do I release this attachment towards that fixed outcome? How do I let it happen? For so long I've just tried to make things happen in life. And as I was introspecting on it, I realized that it was time I learned to follow my own heart. It was time I learned to follow my own light. It was time I learned that the only thing I needed to follow in life was to follow my own voice, which is going to be the basis for my next video. But for now, as we each reflect and introspect, as to how this quote applies to us in our lives, the question that we need to be asking ourselves is, do we still want something to happen? Are we still trying to make something happen? Are our fears pushing us into things? Or is love pulling us to do things? And are we willing to let anything happen? I thank you very much for walking with me today. I truly hope that you take out some time to deeply reflect on this. For this is a life-changing quote and anything can happen if you let it. I would love to hear your reflections and introspective insights in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, do like and share it with like-minded people. If you would like to join me on this introspective journey within, do click on that walk with me button and press on that notification bell so you're notified each time I upload a video. Until next time.